Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on CADCHF. As usual, if you like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see, CADCHF has been stuck inside this range for a while, and we are currently sitting around the lower bound of the range, our support zone. That's why we'll be looking for buy setups on lower time frames, expecting the bulls to kick in and push higher to the previous resistance, where we'll be also looking for sell setups. But for now, let's take it step by step, approaching the lower bound, the support zone. So let's zoom into lower time frames and look for buy setups. After breaking above these highs, CADCHF has been bullish, making higher lows and higher highs, and then rejected the resistance zone and started the big bearish trend from here, making lower highs and lower lows, trading inside this bearish channel. And yes, we are bearish, however, we are currently approaching or sitting around the lower bound of it, which I consider a non-horizontal support or also an oversold zone, lining up with this lower horizontal support zone, which we saw first from monthly time frame. That's why we'll be looking for buy stops, of course, unless this last low is broken downward. In this case, we'll be expecting CADCHF to dive inside the zone where we'll be looking for new buy setups, especially because this lower support is a non-horizontal one. So to test it again, we need to go lower, right? Anyway, for now around the support, but we'll need to wait for the bulls to take over by breaking above the previous high. As you can see, price kept on making lower highs and lower lows, which we can see even better from H4 time frame. For the bulls to take over, we need to see a break above this neckline of this double bottom pattern. When we have this break, of course, it depends on your trading style. If you would like to buy immediately from H4 or wait for a retest and look for a trend following buy setup on lower time frame, it depends on you. But for this video, I'm going to go straight for a buy, stop loss below the previous low or the other side of the pattern, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective, which would be, as I showed you from monthly, this resistance zone, also a supply zone from daily and weekly, where we'll be looking for sell setups. But for now, long story short, around the support inside a range, waiting for the bull to take over to buy, or if the bears break it downward, we'll be expecting further bearish movement, where we'll be looking for buy setups around the lower band. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see, GBPJPY has been stuck inside this big range for a while, and we are currently around the lower bound, our support zone, as we had multiple rejections from, also a demand zone as we had an aggressive movement upward from here. That's why we are looking for buy setups, expecting the boost to kick in and to retest this previous support, now turned into a resistance, also a supply zone as we had an aggressive movement downward from. So long story short, I'll be looking for buy setups here and then as a trend following sell setup around this upper band. Let's zoom into lower time frames and for now look for buy setups. If you zoom into H4, we can see that after breaking above this low around the resistance, the bears took over. We had our first impulse correction and then impulse again. So now around the support zone, we are trading a correction movement upward. We'll see it better on lower time frames. So I'll be looking for buy stops as long as GPGPY is above the support zone, unless it's broken downward. In this case, would be still inside this big correction. We break below the support. In this case, I'll be looking for a trend following sell around this support, turned resistance also as a trend following sell. For now, again and again, let's take it step by step, looking for buy setups. Let's zoom into lower time frames. If we zoom into M30, we can see the structure even cleaner. The boost took over here after breaking above the channel for the correction to start, and then the impulse started after breaking below this channel. And now we are trading inside this falling broadening wedge. As per my trading style, I'll be waiting for something like this And for the bulls to take over, I want to see a break above this previous major high and also above this upper trend line in orange. When this happens, the stop loss will be below the previous low and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio as usual. Of course, keep in mind that we might reject this trend line here, so I monitor price action around it. Meanwhile, and until the buyers take over, until this happens, GPJPY can still trade lower like this, form a new high right here. In this case, I'll be updating my trade to become this one and buy on break upward, or as mentioned from H4, unless we break it downward, in this case, I'll be looking for a sell on the retest. That's it for GPJPY. Best of luck, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one.